Morning, Sci Tech. Today we're going to be looking at the structural and behavioral adaptations of animals. Today, I can compare and contrast behavioral and structural adaptations. Focus question. Think about this. How do adaptations help organisms survive in their environments? Adaptations are variations, differences in a species that give certain organisms advantages over others for survival. That's called survival of the fittest. There are two types, the structural adaptation and behavioral adaptations. Before we review these adaptations, I want you to challenge yourself and see how much you remember from last year. 1. Behavioral adaptations. Behavioral adaptations are the things organisms do to survive in response to stimuli, or what they do to survive in response to actions. Now write this down, what you see in green. Learned. Need to be taught, shown, or instinctive, born with behaviors. Example, bird calls to attract mates and migration to warmer habitats. Geese fly south for the winters from the northern states and Canada. That's behavioral. They just know instinctively to do it. A bird call to attract its mate, it's instinctive. It just knows to do it, and it performs these actions. This is the little picture of this guy. That's a bird doing a mating dance where it puffs its feathers out and shows different colors. That is to attract a female mate. It just knows to do this. It's not taught. It just knows to do it inside. A bird building a bird nest. Birds instinctively know to do this. It's a behavioral trait. Number 2, structural. Write this down in the green. Physical changes or parts of their structure that give an organism a selective advantage in their environment. Something they're born with. Something you can see. A physical change or part of their structure. Horns to fight predators. A rhinoceros has that big horn to ward off other predators. The body size or shape to catch food easier. Coloring, camouflage. The way a chameleon can change its color to blend in with its surroundings. The size of an elephant's trunk to help it get water. These are all things they are born with and allow them to live in their environment. This frog is camouflaged in that water. Its skin color is the same as the algae in the water, which gives it a much better chance of survival. A cheetah that runs real fast, that's the behavioral adaptation. The structural adaptation. They can reach spurts of 60 miles per hour. This causes them to hunt down prey easily. So, organism environment selects an organism with best traits or adaptations to survive. No advantage, it doesn't survive. If you had a brown bear in the middle of Alaska, do you think that would have a better chance of survival? Do you think that a polar bear is better fitted to live in the extreme cold in an all-white area? It can camouflage itself. It has thicker fur, thicker skin, bigger paws to walk across all the ice and snow. Many behavioral and structural adaptations are linked to give the organisms a selective advantage in their environment. An advantage in gathering food, attracting prey. An advantage in fighting off or hiding from predators. An advantage in surviving harsh environments. The Arctic, the desert, the deep ocean. Think about a camel out in the desert. It has long, tall legs for air to blow underneath it, so it gets a cool ventilation of air. The big humps it has, well, that's for stored water, so they can go days or even weeks without going to a water source, but they can still stay hydrated. And they have long eyelashes to keep all the sand that blows around out of their eyes, so they can walk and open their eyes during a sandstorm. an advantage in finding a mate or reproduction. An animal can't be successful if it can't reproduce.